Iowa's governor wants kids in the classroom wearing masks only if they want and wants people to get vaccinated, but is not pushing to require them. She will join us on why she thinks kids are safe to head back to class, plus how she responds to the haters who troll her as COVID Kim. Congresswoman Cindy Axne wants the governor to use that federal money so schools can test students and staff for the virus. She will tell us what concerns her most about hospital beds filling faster than they did a few months ago. And in the Insider's Quick Six, what the governor thought about a surprise music superstar who showed up at the fair.
From your local election headquarters, this is the Insiders with Dave Price.
There's disagreement over local control when it comes to trying to protect Iowa students against the spread of COVID-19. Iowa's governor does not want the president to tell her state what to do, but the governor is telling local school leaders what they cannot do in the year ahead. President Joe Biden has threatened legal action against states like Iowa that took away local leaders' ability to require masks in schools. The governor said the president is, quote, kowtowing to the teachers union, end quote. The governor signed into law earlier this year the plan that stops school districts from requiring masks, so masks can only be voluntary. Now, COVID-19 is on parents' and educators' minds for the second year now. Kids can get the virus, but they make up about 2% of those hospitalized with it, according to the state health department. Doctors say the Delta variant is more contagious than the original virus form. The governor says it is still safe for most students to learn in a classroom with others.
Well, yes, I think we did it safely and responsibly for a year. We've had our kids in the classroom, and vaccine was a component of that
But for
until
a while,
the second
you had
half.
recommended they shut down, though, the schools.
Well, at the beginning, before we knew what was going on, we knew nothing at that point. But when we came back in August, 95% of our schools were in the classroom and open, and they maintained, except maybe when we had the surge and it was over the holidays. So a lot of them took like that week or 10 days off, which I think was an appropriate thing to do. But so less than 2% of the hospitalizations right now are children. I think that's important. We're monitoring it very carefully. It is that middle age, but at our peak, we were at 1,527, I think. Right now we're at 400. Half of that is COVID is the primary cause. So the other half, they're going in for something else and then testing positive for COVID. We continue to get data from our hospitals every single day to monitor the numbers to see where we're at. And so, and we're also watching what's happened in other countries. We're watching what happens in other states. Missouri, we're in contact with them. They're starting to see theirs kind of surge and go down. And that's what we saw in some of the other countries too with Delta. But we need to continue to watch it. I think 12 and up, we're at about 65% that have been vaccinated. So I think, again, the numbers are pretty good. Parents are going to make that decision. The FDA, they're looking at what they're going to do with the vaccine. So we'll continue to stay, in tune to what they're recommending and what comes out of the FDA.
The law you signed that takes away mask mandates, so takes away a local school board's ability to do that. Will you explain to people why you did it in the way you did? As you might guess, that made a day of chaos for superintendent. She signed it at like 12:30 in the morning and some kind of private bill signing, and then it kicked in that morning. So it was the end of the session, so it was a bill that one of the last bills that passed. It was able to go through the process. Why not just say you got 10 days left? How about in the fall?
I had heard there were just some things that were going on that was very concerning. We had kids being isolated because they couldn't wear a mask. Parents, they were having reactions from the mask. It was affecting their health. And parents know the health of their children. I don't. The superintendents don't. And when you start segregating children, and again, we talk about mental well-being, mental health of our kids, that all plays into that. And so we were starting to see it escalate. I was getting overwhelming feedback from parents that were ready to take the next step, were frustrated because of what their children were being put through. And again, we have the data to demonstrate that we could do it safely and responsibly. But most importantly, Iowans, if you want your moms and dads, if you want your child to wear a mask, you can. I'm not saying no. So if you think that your child is better protected with a mask, by all means, send them to school with a mask. But it's overwhelming the number of people that I just have randomly come up to me that have contacted our office. They have said over and over, thank you for giving parents the choice on what we're going to do with our children. And I applied that same thing to getting our kids back in school. I think the parent should decide if their child should be in a classroom. I mean, they know what's going on at home. I don't. And so I believe the data can support it. I think we can do it safely and responsibly. We've done it. And I believe that parental control is local control. I think you're going to see some interesting school board races this year also.
When we go into this school year, it seems like the policies might be a little different in the sense that if a child is positive, there's no requirement that they quarantine.
Right.
It's recommended,
right? So it's similar to what they do with flu. So we made that transition before we passed the legislation to let school districts know that we need to start managing this the way that we manage other respiratory illnesses. So that, again, if a child would test positive or you found out that they had been exposed or tested positive, then you need to let the parents know there's been a positive case. And then and then the parents will make the decision. So it's very similar to what they do with the flu.
But this is more contagious than the flu, right? So should it be treated the same?
Well, the Delta is more contagious. But the other aspect of that, and we have vaccines now, is if you have been vaccinated, we're not seeing that be as serious. We're not seeing hospitalizations increase like they did with the COVID, the first virus. And then the other thing is we're just not seeing the correlation to deaths too. The other thing that I want to just, while I have this opportunity, just say to Iowans, like if you feel that you're sick or you're wondering if you have COVID or been exposed, please get tested, because the earlier that you catch it, the monoclonal antibodies that we have are very, very successful. And that also helps keep Iowans out of the hospital. So there's also those treatments that we can apply. But a lot of times I think Iowans sometimes think that it's just a cold or, they can power through. And really the earlier that you identify this, there's a lot of different options that we can take.
What about Test Iowa here, kind of ramped down with the big sites that you had going last year? If you go through the timeline, if I'm following this right, it could take 7 to 10 days to request a test, get tested, and get it back. Is that is that your understanding?
Well, I don't think so. Here's what's happening with that. People are stockpiling. So the timeline is a little bit different. So we've had about, I think, 38,000 tests that have been ordered, and less than a third of those have actually been activated. So we've got backed up maybe and getting them out. They're just holding on. Yeah. So they're not actually doing it, but they're getting them ordered so they have it. In case they feel like they get exposed or they feel like they're getting sick or they're questioning. So that's only about a third have been activated. The other thing that we're doing that we did, earlier when we had a shortage of gowns, is we have Prison Industries is now putting the test together and they're ramping up. So that'll help us with that backlog of requests that we've had. So that'll help us get caught up. We'll get them out quicker. And then if you send them in, the turnaround time is pretty quick.
But what would that be? A couple days? What?
I think a couple days. Yeah. And they'll give you text messages throughout it to let you know that it's been sent and then that they've received it back. So it's a pretty cool process. I'm kind of proud of it. I think it's the next step. And really we're seeing the numbers, slow down a lot at our drive-ups. And so this is a more efficient way for us to really get these tests to Iowans, get them checked, and get them the results back.
But for now, some say that process could take about a week. Now, some of the people who strongly oppose the governor's actions regarding the virus nickname her COVID Kim. I asked her about that.
I tried to be transparent with Iowans. So I did a daily press conference to let them know what the hospital count was, what the positivity rate, what was the outbreaks in our nursing homes. Today, we don't have any outbreaks in our nursing homes. Vaccines have changed the trajectory. That is our best asset that we have in dealing with COVID-19. So, not everybody is going to people never agree 100% with
Yeah,
the
but that's
decisions
saying
I
you
make.
truly don't care about people.
Well, but I don't. That's not true. It's not accurate. You know, I have to take a look at the data. I have to surround myself with experts to give me feedback. We did that. We did a lot of outreach to the hospitals. I mean, when I did the evening press conference to talk to Iowans when we were actually in our surge, you know, I put my trust in people to do the right thing. They did the right thing. I didn't close us down, you know, but we hit a point where our hospitals were nervous and they were on a brink, you know, felt that they were on the brink. And so I asked Iowans to step up, to take that extra step, even though it was over the holidays, to maybe, you know, keep those gatherings smaller, just with your immediate family. And Dave, because I think I hadn't just overburdened them and gone too far with some of the regulations when I needed them to do it, they stepped up, they did it. Our surge went like this. It came down fairly quickly, and we've been in a good place since then. I'm really proud of Iowans, our vaccine numbers. Of course, we want them to continue to grow. We are seeing that happen. We're seeing a kind of an uptake. So I think the reminder, the education, the Delta variant is encouraging Iowans to maybe take a second thought about getting a vaccine. So our numbers are actually pretty good, and we're going to keep driving, answering questions, making sure it's available, and encouraging people to do it.
Up next, the governor on her 2022 plans.